Hey guys, Matt here with another very unexpected find in the Hundegni investigation that we believed was only a YouTube thing, but now it appears that Twitter is also involved with this. As you can see, one of our newer investigators ended up finding that Hundegni apparently has a Twitter account, which, as you can see here, is a private or hidden account, and the only way you can get access to the tweets on here is if you gain permission. We have sent some requests to this account, but the odds of us getting a reply are pretty slim. So I'm just going to point out some really interesting things about this account, and then we will talk about how it could end up opening up in the future. So right off the bat, you'll notice 100 tweets. This is so frustrating because we're right on the cusp of 100 pieces of information that we didn't even know existed until now, but we cannot reach them because it is, of course, private, and we don't know how to make it unprivate, if you will, so we're kind of stuck here, and it's very frustrating, but it is also interesting to just find this all of a sudden. Another really interesting thing you might notice here is that this account was made in July of 2015. Specifically, it was made on the 28th. So that actually puts it before the YouTube series of Hundegni, which started in August. So this actually predates that, not by much, but by a little bit, which is amazing to find. It completely turns a lot of our ideas of this mystery on its head. We're wondering if maybe that Hundegni exists on other sites now, aside from YouTube. This is our first evidence that that is the case, and it definitely is an interesting piece of information, as you can see. So another interesting thing about this account that I should point out is that it seems like we are the first people to stumble across it, because no one else has apparently interacted with this account, tried to tweet at it, tried to send some kind of message, or at least not that we are seeing. So that might imply that the Lucid group, and if you don't know who they are, I'd recommend watching my previous video where I go over them and their kind of mysterious vibe that we're getting from them. They made it sound like they were farther ahead than us, this other investigation group, although we're not seeing any posts from them on here indicating that maybe they don't know this account exists either. It's also possible that their accounts are all hidden or private themselves, so maybe that's why we're not seeing any messages, because if they are private, then we're not going to see that kind of interaction. Either way, though, it's very interesting that we're just finding this. And another thing I should point out is this profile photo here. It actually does bear a striking resemblance to this image right here, which was actually one of the hidden images in the Pointing Ninja of Z investigation that came before this, of a moon. You can see some cloud cover here. This was actually one of the hidden photos on pointingninjawatcher.webs.com, which is no longer available to view, unfortunately, but we do still have this photo. And yeah, it is just very similar with this photo here, which is the profile photo for the Hundegni Twitter. So it could just be a coincidence, because obviously imagery of the moon or imagery of a bright light shining through the darkness, that is a very common sort of imagery that you might expect to see from thing to thing. So they're not necessarily connected, but I just thought I'd point that out because I did find it interesting. But it could have some bigger meaning overall, especially since we've seen this kind of imagery in the Hundegni YouTube series of a bright light shining through the darkness just at us like that. So as to theories on how this account could unlock in the future, it's possible that maybe it just opens up on holidays, so when the next Hundegni video is uploaded on March 27th, we might come back here and see if maybe all this is open. That would be amazing, but you know, we should keep our hopes kind of low here until we kind of have a better idea of what's going on. It's also possible that we need to send a certain kind of code or message, and only then it will open up, but if that's the case, then we definitely don't know what that message could be. We've already tried to send a few, but obviously it's a needle in a haystack at this point, just trying to get this account to open with what information we currently know. So obviously there are lots of ways that we could get it open, but until we know anything for sure, I'd say that this would be the end of this video. Hopefully we do find out more in the future, but until then, I will see you guys next time. Matt out.